Scorpio, I keep hearing the sound of silence or the sound of nothing. I don't know. Are you speaking? Are you talking? But I don't know. I keep hearing like it's like the sound of silence. The sound is deafening. Or deaf, Steph, Stephanie, Stephen, Sarah, Sassy. But the sound of silence, like it's just silent. A silent witness. So I was witness of something, or I've got to go to court for a lot of you. Okay, and I was a silent witness and I heard something or someone over speaking and I don't like what I heard. So it might be like where I'm listening in to someone's, I don't know, listening into something, and because I listened to it, now I don't like it. Okay, now I heard something. This is just channeled for you. So if I say 4, it could be another Scorpio or an Aries or a life path 4. But definitely hearing like a silent witness to something that I may have overheard, and I overheard someone speaking about someone and I don't like what I heard, and because of that now there is some kind of like a witness to something that I heard is what they're saying. Like I don't know, you may have watched something, it could even be a tarot reading, I don't know, but you overheard some kind of conversation is what they're saying, and I overheard this conversation and someone is kind of like, I don't know, like backlashing someone or something, or a lass. Okay, or Alaska, from Alaska. But like, I overheard someone saying something very negative. Could be around a Libra, maybe, or a number 2. Okay, or someone that has that in their chart. Okay, or Charlotte. And I heard someone over speaking, and I heard what they said about somebody, and I don't like it. Something that's two-faced. Could be maybe a Gemini or a Capricorn, which would be a 6. And someone that's very two-faced. Okay, and they're over-exaggerating something, and because your main message, I can't quite work it out at the moment, but they're saying that I overheard someone saying something, meaning like it's silent, it's not there, but I overheard it, and I overheard cows, Daisy, herd, follow the herd, sheep, Pisces, for a lot of you are Pisces, like, and I overheard something, and a sheep, sheepish, like someone that's very pale, very white, okay, very pale, or I overheard someone, is it to do with this racism thing that was coming up before, okay, around Scorpio or Aries, okay, and some sort of like, something to do with like pale, being very pale, or something like that, or I'm also hearing Jack or Jill, or so Jackie, the name Jackie, or Jackson, Julian, Jason, Justin, Jackie, Jasmine, but like, like Jack and Jill went up the hill to fetch a pail of water. So something about another water sign, a pail of water, someone that's very like an Apache Indian. I don't know why I'm picking up like Apache Indian. Like I may have patches on something, a patchwork quilt, or something like marks on the skin of some kind of like patches or something like that. Okay, bumping up like. Because if I'm honest, it's kind of coming out as if it's some sort of like racist kind of stuff that you may be going through here. Okay, and it might be because someone's very pale, or because someone has marks on their skin. Because they're definitely hearing Jack and Jill went up the hill to fetch a pail, and they keep saying something to do around a pail, or ale, or a yard of ale, or the name Ali, or Alison, or Alakar, some sort of, I don't know, Hebrew... like Allah. So is it religion? Some sort of like religious, like I overheard someone saying something religious. Religion. Mark, Regina, Gina G, Rena G. Scorpio, there's no message that seems to be coming through for you really, channeled wise for a start. I don't know. Seems to be a lot around. I overheard someone speaking about me, or I overheard something, and I don't know what I reckon to it. Like I reckon Tom York, so someone from Yorkshire, okay, or York Tomcat, cat piss. I don't know, a tomcat, a top. Like I overheard someone speaking about clothes. Top clothes? Top man? Oh, I don't know. Tottenham. From Tottenham Hotspur. Something around football? Tottenham Hotspur? Tottenham. Oh, I don't know. Your messages are really not coming through very clear. Saying Claire, Claire, clear, clear. You're not the sense that makes none, like a nun or a. This came up in another reading where I said they're gone, just gone AWOL, gone missing, just not here anymore, and it came up through Virgo reading and Libra reading. Okay, I'm hearing Libra Hebrew for some reason. Libra Hebrew, Libra, Lee, the name Lee, Leanne, Lucifer, a Capricorn, Brew. Someone's from like Australia or well, it wouldn't be Australia, it'd be like well, they say brr, you're out there, brr, Bruce. But someone's listening into something here, Steve, like someone's listening into me and listening. Melissa, the name Melissa or Mel. And I'm listening in. It's kind of like someone's listening in to someone's conversation. That's it. That seems to be what they're saying. Someone's listening in to someone's conversation. And when they listen in to someone's conversation, they overhear something that they don't like. But it's someone's private conversation. Which I'm saying it's like a 4. Because Scorpio or life path 4, that would be private. Okay. So like private phone calls, but someone's listening in to someone's phone call. Like listening into what someone speaks or says. Simon, Cynthia, Sarah, Steve. Cynthia says, well, that was a person. And I'm listening in to someone's private phone call. Like a phone call is being tapped. Because that could be a tap. I'm tapping into your phone calls. Tapping in. I don't know. It feels like private, whichever way around. I mean, you might even be getting a private eye. I don't know. A private eye, a private detective. Okay, because private eye. Something around detecting something. I'm detecting something around my privates, maybe. Private parts. Okay, I'm detecting something around my private parts. Or I'm listening in over to... I don't know what that is. I mean, is someone's phone... I don't believe in phone taps or spinal tap. This came out before, around someone's music. My music, or listening into someone's music, and spinal tap. 11. So spinal tap went to 11. So that's a 2. That's a Libra placement. And I'm listening in. I'm listening in. Because I'm kind of seeing the High Priestess, if I'm honest, which is around private conversations, private eye, all seeing but not seeing. Not, if I say not, you say Pisces, number 3. Pisces. And I'm listening in. Is this where I'm detecting people that are watching tarot card readings but they don't want someone to know that they're listening in? Something like that. Like, I'm listening in to something private but I don't want the person to know that I'm listening. Melissa. I keep saying Liz, Lissa, Melissa, Mel, Melanie, Emily, Melissa, Maria, Michael. Listening in. Oh, I don't know. I can't work it out. It's kind of like private. If like it's my private life. It's my life. It's my private life. And I don't want anybody overhearing what's going on in my private life. So I don't really want anyone to know. So I'm kind of not telling anybody. But it's private. I don't want anybody overhearing the conversation that I'm having. And it seems like it's around work or phone calls. Phone calls. And it's private, like it's a private line. Like a direct line. Okay, or Leo. Or an Aquarius. But like direct line. Okay. Direct line is things like computer-based stuff. Okay, and... like, I need to get a direct line and then hold this one to go direct through... Oh, I've got no idea what is that. I mean, do you do this as a living? Around phone calls? or I'm privately speaking to someone on a phone. Private. Oh, I don't know. Oh, really? Man, they're all upside down. What is going on with this 9 being here, man? Look, this is exactly what I was talking about. This energy here, it came up through Libra and it came up through Virgo. And there's the 9 for possible energies of Virgo or life paths, life path 2 or possible Libra energies. But, you know, don't always watch for your love lives. If there's something going on here around like a silent witness about fear of rejection and abandonment, because there's an energy here of someone that is, I mean, this could be a family member and you're equivocably and utterly not talking to them whatsoever. And there's a lot of distance between you guys, okay? But they're still kind of like in the background here, like listening in to something that, you know, that's what it feels like. Because this is like not being able to speak, not being able to say something. Is this triggers when someone's triggered off through paranoia, like I'm paranoid? Paranoid. Annoyed, like I'm very annoyed because I overheard something. So it is, it's here. Your messages are kind of saying like, I overheard someone saying something in private, and because I overheard it, it wound me up. So I'm not because I overheard this, and now my mind is playing tricks on me to whether or not it's happening or not. Like, is it around a Pisces for a lot of you? A Pisces that you're not speaking to, or a Pisces is not speaking to you. If I say not, that's normally my, you know, tied a knot in a tree, and you know. But this is kind of like I have to avoid you because you're so controlling and narcissistic. I have no choice but to like not speak to you. Like if I give you any information, you're only going to use that against me anyway. So what's the point? What's the point in keep talking? What's the point in keep going over it? There really isn't, because every time like I try to do something, you take someone's copying someone's stuff here, or they have a vendetta against someone's stuff here. Is it for what they do for work? Like someone like is secretly spying on someone's work and making people believe that it's not really theirs, like it's not really your idea or no idea. Elijah. But like I'm secretly. It feels like a goddamn private eye. It does. Like I need a private detective, like to ask someone to find out because I can't. What is going on here? Let's find out. Scorpio. Sorry, Scorpio, you're right. So this is for your April, okay? If I didn't say. April or May. Something happening in April or May. I've been saying that for a word. For a word? Been saying that for a word. 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 I mean, is it... What's her name? Jumping Jack Flash. Frost. Cop Frost. It's probably here. Well, these two cards come up in the Libra and also another reading, Virgo, Libra. Okay, someone listening into something here. But what was the... She did that, the Jumping Jack Flash. And then it was also with... Whoopi Goldberg. Whoopi? Whoop. Wu-Tang Clan. There's something to do with a rapper. A rap artist or some kind of like autistic. Autistic or artistic. Well, someone's watching someone's material here. Materialism. Very materialistic. About clothes and like material. Like my stature is everything. Like, or someone picks apart what someone wears or what they do. Like, they poke fun at, like, I don't know, how someone looks or how someone doesn't look. Okay. Or they pick them apart saying, you should really have your hair cut. You should really be looking this way. You should really be doing this. Like, you should really look like this. You need to look like this. You know, I want to be like you. You want to be like me, don't you? Not really, no. I just want to be myself. Let's see. Scorpio. So you can watch this as Scorpio, Life Path 4 or Aries. Okay. if you follow me. But it's up to you guys. Let's see. Why? Because on the top of a card is a 4 of Scorpio and Aries. So you call out a number when you call out a card. Wouldn't work in a private reading. Let's see. Scorpio for April. So you got Pisces 3. Pisces 3. So there's something around that a lot of you are just still going around the same old ground that you have been for a long time. Like 3 lost souls swimming in a fish bowl. Okay, going over the same stuff with the same person that you got a divorce from. But you more than likely had children, and you're just kind of like, well, we had kids, and now I'm still going over the past, still reflecting like a Virgo energy, still reflecting over the past loss. There could be grief here, Laura, Lucy, Lucifer. There could be grief reflecting over the past, okay? The energy of the past could have come back and bit you here. There could be like a return of some kind of karmic energy, like being returned. Like, return it to the sender. I don't want it. I need to send it back because I don't want it. Also, did you order something and you sent it back and you didn't want it? Like, I ordered something and it turned up and then I didn't want it and then I just threw it away like a piece of trash. Like, oh, that turned up. Then you're like, oh, no, I don't want that. I mean, is that like in a relationship and someone turns up and you're like, oh, I don't want that thing. Oh. Steve? I mean, I keep hearing thing. Stephen? I don't know. Because I'm in this reading somehow. I don't know. But like, so for a lot of you here though, it could be like court related. It could be at work. Like at work, there's a lot of competition at work. Whatever it is that you do at work. I mean, if you're tarot readers, everybody competes against everybody. There's very rarely any tarot card reader really gets on with any other. It's God's honest truth. They really don't. So whatever it is that you do around work, there's competition here. It's competition because these are teachers and God knows what else, right? And then you'll get people that are like, they don't want to give over certain amounts of information because they believe that other people are going to be listening in to what it is that they do, and they can get very fucking pissed off and very fed up the fact that other people are saying or doing, and then trying to make people believe that it was me and it's not me and it's you and this is my method and this is because this is a method in my madness. Right? So it could be where people are actually teaching people and that's driving them up the fucking wall because you could have listened to too much fucking twin flame bollocks. Okay? Like, and it's actually been driving me mad because I've been studying a method that's driven me mad. Okay? And there could be at home, like someone's going physically and like utterly crazy over something. But this could be like third party energies where you just took things too far. And now it's kind of like I've took it all too far, and now what do I do? Okay. But like I said, each method of whatever anybody does spiritually, I can assure you that it is pretty much completely different than anybody else. So when you listen to loads, you're taking that much information. Like I said, a lot of people right at the beginning, they all jumped on the bandwagon of the twin flame stuff in order to gain popularity of their channel. That's what people do when they have a channel. Why am I talking about YouTube? Is it YouTube related for some people? I don't know, but I'll keep going for a little while. But in case people are kind of like, I don't know. But this could even be in the background there. But, each person, whatever they do esoterically, they all teach completely different ways and different things of doing things. But some people are really not in agreement what someone's doing. But somebody could be making matters worse here by teaching you methods of keeping you stuck and believing in the twin flame stuff. Okay, it's not till later when you realise that years and years and years later that right. But like I said, the method in the madness is where people can implant fear into your head. Okay, and the fear is what you can't let go of. You can't literally let go of fear. Okay, so that could be a fear of rejection, a fear of being seen. Okay, I just want to be seen and not heard, or not seen and not heard, and I need to keep everybody out and keep everybody away from me and everything else, and I'm paranoid and all that sort of stuff. But like negativity is a part of the head, when, like in my method, this is my method, right? Because I've actually got degrees for like counselling and stuff, drug counselling, but methods of things of counselling are, if this is a counselling session that you have, okay, And it's like, okay, right, so what we need you to do is go over all of the negativity in your life, to relive all of the bad instances in your life. What are you doing? You're pretty much thinking of all of the bad stuff that can happen in life constantly. But if there's other people doing that, you can't stop them from doing it. Okay, but they go over grief, they go over loss, then they start to, have you ever heard of the term, oh, I don't want to start crying because if I cry, I'm going to start relating that to everything that I've lost in my life completely, and I don't want to do that because then I'll have a breakdown. Okay, so they suppress it all. But normally when there's a lot of negative energy, when you go counselling, and you do a lot of written work and all stuff, whatever it is, okay, you relive out of energies of negativity. Okay, so you think about it. So thinking about it and thinking about it and thinking about it and thinking about it, what does that do for PTSD? It actually makes it worse because you relive out of nightmares. So you have nightmares, struggling sleeping, struggling getting away, letting it in, letting it go, okay? Because you can't forget all of the bad things that happened in my life because I relive that daily and weekly and I go over it. But when you go counselling, they also sometimes can actually teach you to go over that constant energy within your head, when energy really of counselling should be learning to let it go. Should be like hopefully learning to forget the energy so it's not in your mind that destroys your future. Whatever it is that destroyed your past destroys your future the more you relive it. Okay, so that's kind of sort of my method of what I would go over. But like, this is a repetitive cycle that a lot of you have probably gone over with a person. And it just feels like you've just gone over the same stuff in hell. You could even be Christian, and you believe that damnation is all going to send everybody to hell. Okay, but if you look at Christians, okay, not slating anyone's religion, but if you look at Christianity, okay, about they implant fear into your head in order to make you believe that if you do not read the book and you do not follow the Bible, you will literally go to hell. Okay, so lust and everything like that, and sex before marriage and everything else, blah blah blah, you will pretty much go to hell. Okay, but then if you watch spiritual people and you watch other things online that actually tell you that, oh, when I passed I came back, but I met my deceased loved ones in heaven and we were in heaven and they all said, look, it's not your time yet, go back, but then Christians, they put fear into your mind to make you believe you're all going to go to hell unless you read this book and you all follow the steps and guidance of God. And if you don't have God and Jesus and you don't believe in Jesus, you will go to hell and so on and so forth. But then you get other people that don't, you see. Who's right and who is wrong? Has anybody ever really been there? Okay. Do you know what I'm saying? Look, there's an energy of where people are like, you will go to hell for this, you will pay for this, But what's that making you do? You see, people in life, when you have a brain, you can have a mental disorder. So someone say with Asperger's and someone that has severe mental issues, right? Does that mean that person will go to hell because their brain is not functioning the way that it should? That there is no cure for madness? That there is no cure for narcissism or control? Because of that, of the way their brain functions, it's different. It's all brain receptors. It's wired differently, okay? So because of that, does that mean that person's supposed to be damnated to hell for the rest of their life because their brain wasn't working and functioning the same way as everybody else's? Does that mean that they are damned to hell because of that? Because they are a flawed human being? So if you look at a child, right, and they are born disabled, okay, they are born disabled, I don't know. There could be a lot of people that are throwing religion at people, and saying, you've got to do this, and if you don't, you're doing it the wrong way. This is church. This is church. Look at church. Look at the ministers, the people that wear silk clothing and shoes, that take money from people to support what? Have a good living themselves. Okay. Look at the police department. What do they have? Fuck all. They get no money at all. Trying to protect and serve, but then people will have a go at the police for doing it wrong. But then they go to church and feed that person loads of money because they're all everything else, but they take your money. Look what else happens in church. Children, kids. Look what happened with Jim will fix it. Okay, very big in the church and the hospitals. Yeah, but we're not all like that, really. I'll go to church if he paid me. Well, there you go then. Let's have a debate, right? Have a look at cancer research. I mean, is it to do with someone's illness? Have a look at cancer research. Hands up if any of you actually support cancer research. Do any of you donate to charity, or do you go directly to the source and give them the money? Do you donate to charity? I don't donate to charities because they take the majority of the money before it goes to the source. I'd rather go directly to the source and give money to the poor than what I would give it to a charity that takes the money. The government is so over money. Everything has been raised. Petrol, everything. Someone here is suffering financially here. Possibly, and there could also be signs of hospital that seems to be coming up as well, because I've mentioned the signs of possible illness, right? Because this could be really, like, on a moderate scale, this could be like really worried about someone, you know, where I'm not slating anybody, I'm just saying somebody here could be really worried about someone's condition, okay? Now that can either be mental condition or mentally, physically, and everything, and all of the above, or just one or two, but I'm worried about your condition, okay? Let's see. Scorpio. Tower, you see? Condition. This is having an emotional breakdown. Okay. Actually, being a Life Path 7, I don't know if any of you guys are out there, Life Path 7. Do you get frequent headaches? I've had loads of headaches. I've had loads of awakenings throughout the years, but I also get quite frequent, moderate, light headaches, quite a lot. Okay, but I used to class them as like awakenings, but some of them are just like headaches. But, yeah, you could have like a right headache, especially if you're being battered in by this person here. This could be an over-violent person, like, you know, very temperamental. But this is action and response, you see. It's people that respond to the provoking action of narcissism. Okay. It's like a short fuse being lit by a stick of dynamite that doesn't have much on it before you light it, before you know it's blew up in your face. So it's someone that can start getting really fucking angry, okay, and provoke you to give them a response, okay. Tormentation, being tormented. Let's see, could be around a Scorpio and Aries. Or a Life Path 4. Let's see, Scorpio for April. That flew over the cuckoo's nest. So you got 3, you got another 3. Pisces, more than likely here, but Lee, Leanne, Laura, Lucifer, Capricorn. Something to do with around travelling distance. There's a lot of like dreamscape, trying to escape, but trying to get out of something, trying to get away from somebody, and I'm trying to escape it. Prison? A sentence? It's going to be a prison sentence. Trying to get out. Or someone keeps threatening to kick someone out. Let's see, Scorpio for April. Jesus, man, it don't get much worse. It's like the Libra reading. I don't know what is going on. I don't know if this is someone's mind or what. I don't know. I mean, a lot of you clarified what I was saying, channeled wise and also reading. You were clarifying things for me over on Patreon, where this was a lot to do with family members that were, you know, there was someone that was, because I had said in the Libra reading, someone's equivalently lost their mind here. Okay. And it could have been well around a 9, which could have been a mother. Okay. Or grandmother or something, but someone's really worried about someone, but like, this is like, I'm worried about you coming back or not. Like, are you ever going to come back? Are you ever coming or not? Like, will you ever? Because this could be some worried about someone's dying, maybe, okay? Because it came up in the Libra reading that someone may pass, and I'm worried whether you're ever actually going to be coming back or not. Like, you know, are you ever going to be coming back? Are you never going to be coming back? Like, it could be AWOL. Like, someone's ghosted someone and they may never be coming back. It's kind of like if I send you off to here, which could be like hospital or court related, that I wonder, like, when I go here, will I ever be getting out if I go in? Because it could be, you know, proven as something within this 3. If I ever send you over to there, will you ever be coming back? Now, this was also back to black, where it was to do with around that. It might have been the energy I was channeling back to black. That could be like rehab, okay, and this could be, you know, under the influence 7s can. You got 2 of them, okay, and that, you know, if I send you abroad or if I send you over to here, there might be job replacement. Like, I'm looking for a job replacement to get away from here to work somewhere else. Like, I'm looking into maybe being able to move in the future, and I'm looking at, would I be able to work in a different country? For a lot of you, town, city or country or something, but would I be able to work here? For some of you, there might be something that you're looking on a moderate scale of other things going on in your life. But I definitely keep picking up that this is, if I send you to here, will you ever be literally coming out the other side, or will you be going to the other side? Like, there's worry about someone's condition of health here, and whether if I was to send you in there and you was to go here, would you ever be coming out? Because this is, if I was to travel, would you ever be coming back? Like, if I was to leave, would you ever come back? Okay. So it might be fear of letting someone go, and fear, like, if I was to go offline for a while, would you all come back? You know, because this can be online. If I was to not be working online, would I ever have my job back? Or can I get my job back? Or can I get Rob back, or Robin, or Robert, or Robertson, Martin, Danielle, Dan, Danny, Glover, Jim, Kerry, Jim, Julian, Jason, Justin, Jackie, Jasmine. Let's see, Scorpio. King of Swords. I was going to say, on a moderate level, this can be someone that is literally going through something that is quite, like, important in their life, okay? And there could be support. I was going to say there could be support, but I needed to back it up by the King. So really the King is here for emotional and physical support. If it's emotional saprophilia, if I am emotionally intelligent enough in order to know, I can kind of know that I'm here for you at any time you want. But there might be a lot of stuff that's going on in your life where you may need to sort this out first before we sort us out. So it can be like, look, I've got loads on my mind at the moment. I'm kind of running in and out and going backwards and forwards, really busy at work and loads of stuff going on in the family. And I can't really concentrate about much else at the moment. Okay, because I know that you're there, but I've got to kind of travel. I've got to go here for work, or I've got to, you know, go abroad or something, and I've got to go over to here because I've got to sort this out. You know, I've got to sort this out. So it feels like that someone is here and then they go over to here to find out news and stuff like that that goes on before they come back to the King. Before they come back, because, you know, the Seven of Swords can obviously be someone that's stealing emotions and physical money or whatever you like, really. But Seven of Swords can also be a lot of energy of Cancerian, which it is. It's travelling, it's going, it's coming and going in and out to, you know, work. Okay. But it can also be someone that keeps trying to get someone's attention focused on them all the time, like too much, like you're trying to get me focused on you. Or I'm losing focus, like I'm kind of like I'm losing, like fear of losing. Like I feel like I'm going to lose you. But is it fear? Is it physical, just fear that's creating this? Like I fear that things are going to happen, but I don't know. I just fear, you know, fear is something that multiplies, it grows, okay? So I'm hearing I'm worried about something growing. I'm worried about my kids growing up and moving out. I'm worried about someone moving and never coming back at all, ever. I'm worried about, or Trevor. I'm worried that if they move out, that they will never come back. Like, if they move, they'll never visit. I'm worried, bruv, someone's worried. Anyway, that's what I've got for you. Scorpio, Life Path 4, or Aries, possible, if you can find any similarities in messages here. But yeah, if you want to join, it'll be both tiers. So tier 1 is like $3 or $4, I think, something like that. Tier 2 is more expensive, but you get the weeklies, then you also get the hidden truth. Like weekly readings clarified, the hidden truth in the shadows, and then messages of closure, and then they are also all clarified as well as separate readings. So we use them in a different way. But that's the extra that you get for the full access bundle. And then you also get 1 week of readings that are only exclusive to Patron full access bundle. They don't appear anywhere else apart from midweek starts to go over to Patron for their last reading. Okay, so thank you very much. I really appreciate it. If you want to join, you can. All links are provided below. Like I said, both tiers. Do more cards and clarify them for you. Okay, all right, guys. Thanks very much, and I'll see you soon.